Hello all. Today I'm gonna talk to you about some of my Gauge 1 engines, because I've got some news about them. And I hope you enjoyed that Bertie the bus RC car running, but at the start. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about these lots. So let me just get set up real quick, then I'll talk about them, because we haven't really talked about these in a bit. So yeah, I'll just get to setting up the desk real quick, and see you in about maybe a second. Alright, so first we're going to talk about the main man himself, Thomas. And you may notice that well, his chassis is off, and that's because I'm going to talk about it later. Basically, for the main body of him, well, nothing except his face. I have found some more faces, so I might print off more of those. I need to do some paint touch-ups here and there, and I believe I still need just one more bit of his mechanism. So yeah, that's all that is to Thomas, really. Well, Thomas in specific, anyway. Next, his body, and here's his chassis. And I've fitted him with a new motor. This was his original. Seems a bit too big, so this is how he's driven now. I've tested it. It kind of works, but not really. So I'm thinking I might have to. I think I'll probably have to find a way to get that driven or something. I don't know, but at least he kind of runs. Just get the battery. As you can see, it can kind of run, but yeah. There is just some problems, and also he does need a bit of paint there and there from taking this apart and then putting it back together. Yeah. So it's gonna need a bit of work. So yeah, I'll just take him back together, put him back on the shelf, and then we'll move on to the next guy I want to talk about. Right. Next we shall talk about Edward. As you can see, he's got his side rods sorted, although yeah, he's not a good runner. He doesn't free roll as well as he did without them, but I'll just have to put up with them, really. But yeah, still need to find him a face. Need some paint. He's tender, of course, but yeah, he's going fine. He's just chilling. Nothing much else to say about him, actually. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Right, next, my newest Thomas Prop replica, Duck. I say newest, I've been working on him for quite a while now. I've just recently been getting back to him, and currently I've got this cardboard side on him as temporary, because currently the 3D print is acting up. So that's just there because, I'd rather at least, got full side tank whilst I wait. And I actually plan to motorize him, but not in the same way as Thomas. I plan to motorize him in a way where, I've seen these, big sort of yellow motor things are, rather tall, and they have 2 axles. I don't know what they're called, but I'm thinking I'll get, some of those, put them in dark, and then just have a battery pattern and a switch. You can switch them on, and it goes round and round and round the layout. Just because, so then I have a simpler engine to motorize, so I at least have a working Gauge 1 engine, whilst I wait for till I actually finish off Thomas. Yeah, so he needs way more parts. He needs his cab, his splashes, his toolboxes, his chassis, his running board, his handrails. He needs basically everything else other than these parts. His face, which I still need to find one for him as well. So, ouch. He's going. He's pretty good. Yeah. Sculloey. I've got his valve gear sorted. Now he just needs his nameplate and number and some coupling hooks, and then he's pretty much done and good to go, although he doesn't actually roll that well. But yeah, just that, and then I'd say he's finished. pretty cool. He's pretty neat, nice. You know, he's does the job. He looks like Scully. He's what's he got? Never mind. Yeah. He's got a repaint. Yeah. Right. Next, Rusty. As you can see, he's had a bit of an overhaul. Well, he's technically still going through it because I've looked at this and I thought, why not put a motor in there? I'm thinking of like Doug, just motor, battery, switch them on. We actually have an O gauge Polar Express, you know, that we bring out each Christmas, which is how many months away now? I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe why not have Rusty instead? And of course, I just need to get the name and number sorted. Here's Rusty's old body, which is actually smaller than his new one. And the only parts of him that sort of survived from, like, you know, when he was first made would be the buffer beams and the coupling hooks and this tube, this circle thingy. His chassis technically isn't original because I made the chassis a bit later, but I guess you could count it as original because I haven't remade it. But yeah, practically everything else been remade, and I need to get him a face. So yeah, that's actually all I have to say for the like about the Gauge 1 engines. Actually, no, it doesn't, because I would like to say, as you can probably tell, I'm a kid. Well, I'm a teenager, as you can tell, probably. And so, you know, I have this room, but it's not the biggest, so I can't store everything. So I'm thinking, I'm probably going to finish off Edward and Duck, do one more narrow gauge character, and then not do any more prop replicas until I have my own house. In years and years, that's going to be years away, but yeah, I think I'm going to do that when it comes to prop replicas. I mean, I'm happy with the fleet I have now, as they're looking. I'm happy with just having that fleet of, like, characters. I think I might do Renius after, you know, I get Duck and Edward done, and, like, there's another narrow gauge character. Because, you know, we got to have Scully and Renius, because Scully and Renius. Why not? And then, of course, have Rusty. And it sort of also applies to my AU engines, because I you know, I can't continue building them. So I'm thinking I'm probs just gonna make Edward, then I'll have the famous 8 done, maybe Donald and Douglas, and then just focus on, like, maybe a few narrow gauge characters, then I'll again just stop there. And of course, there's Farquhar and Scully layout. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned this yet. I have made an AU James model. It's over there. There. The bee isn't running, strangely. Youch. Yeah. It'll be fine. So, yeah, I will probably, when it comes to, they just make at least the famous 8 when it comes to AU, and then, like, maybe Donald and Douglas. So I have up to 11. Well, technically, I'd have to... No, never mind. When it comes to... have up to the main level when it comes to, you know, actual characters. And then just a few narrow gauge characters, and maybe stop there at the AU engines again until I have my own house in years' time. And it's sort of the same with the Audrey replicas. I'm thinking I'm going to get the Audrey Ducker chassis, and then I'm probably going to make Thomas Mark III, then a Toby, then I think I'll stop there with the Locust, although there is Farquhar, so I don't know what I'm going to do about, like, itself, like the layout itself. Then I'll just stop there with the Audrey replicas, and don't know what I'm going to do next, because most of my videos have if not really all of them, have included either the AU engines, the Audrey replicas, or again these Gauge 1 engines. So I don't know what I'm going to do once I've done all that, although maybe I will last, like, all that will last, like, another year or so, I don't know, because, you know, I can't buy these all in one go, so it will definitely take a while, but I've just been thinking about it recently. So if that ever happens, if it happens that I get these done and I'm not old enough to get out yet, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Any suggestions will be welcome, maybe. Well, not all suggestions. There's some suggestions. I mean, because you know, there might be some suggestions out there that aren't very age appropriate. Because I don't know, people are weird on the internet. So if you're one of those, never mind. Never mind. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna get to work motorizing this guy, and then contemplating what I will do if I run out of all this stuff. Could probably talk about cars, or I don't know. Yeah, I'll think about it. Boss motorizing this fella, and watching my What's Later playlist on YouTube, because recently I've been doing that. Then I'm going to probably do something else. Then I'm going to do something. I don't know. See you all later. Bye.